Welcome back to Orlando Out of Context. I'm Brian.
I'm Stephanie.
And we've turned 43. Like the 43rd episode.
Okay, I was
Stephanie's
about to say, girl, I'm not 43, but this is our 43rd episode.
So we have a jam-packed episode, but last time we said that or thought that.
We've been having tons of fun this week.
Last time we said that we had jam-packed, it was like a 30-minute episode with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in it. So there might be another 30-minute episode with a lot of stuff in it. Anyway, we're going to talk about Flashdance The Musical. We saw it opening night, and we also have a giveaway. So stay tuned to learn more about the giveaway.
The deets.
We are going to talk about a few things that I've done. I had a 4th of July. Stephanie, unfortunately, did not have a 4th of July.
Where was I? Where am I always?
Working.
At work.
Then we're going to talk about actually 2-day trips that you can take from Central Florida, Orlando area. One being to Tampa and St. Pete. We just did a day trip there over the weekend, and we went to 2 like really great places.
We had a great day.
Really great places. And then Stephanie went on the Royal Palm Express, which is just about 30 minutes from us here in Orlando. So Stephanie's we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So let's get started. So we saw Flashdance The Musical presented by Garden Theater in Winter Garden. I almost said Winter Park.
Winter Garden.
Winter Garden.
We love going to these little nights. So we've been seeing a lot of shows there, you know. So they've invited us to come out to see the opening nights of a few. I think this is like our 5th?
Yeah, our fourth or fifth
show.
We missed Billy Elliot, unfortunately.
And we go out, we go down to have some dinner.
Yes, we had dinner. This time we had dinner at Plant Street Market. Oh, it's raining outside. Sorry. It's a shiny object.
Let's get back on track.
We had dinner at Plant Street Market. I had a poke bowl, and you had the grilled cheese.
The kids' grilled cheese from the barbecue place.
Which was good, but it was missing.
Still too big, though. Like, I just want a little bit.
I know. It was kids, but that was a lot of stuff for kids. What if they
That's
thinking?
why children are obese in the U.S. Because all the portions are
and how much
big.
was it?
It was probably like $7 or $8.
Okay. Cut it in half and make it $4.
Exactly.
You know?
It was good though. But between the three of us, we all finished
you know our poke bowls, I'm sorry, and I forget the name of, because we're not really talking about this episode, but you know that just Japanese place at Plant Street Market, it was $16 for that poke bowl. For each one.
It was very small too.
They're wrong for that.
I feel like the amount of tuna that was in there was maybe like 5 pieces.
You can go to Lucky's Market, get their poke bowl, which is about the same size, and it's like $7.
But you know, everything there is overpriced because of the allure of a food hall.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but anyway, but we saw Flashdance The Musical.
We make a night out of it when we go.
It's a
a
great
nice
night.
little walk.
What makes it so easy is that parking garage.
Yeah.
They used to not have that parking garage, and it makes it so easy because you can always find a spot in Winter Garden because of that parking garage. Because I went to the farmer's market there a few weekends ago, and use that parking garage, and there's always a spot. You don't have to fight for a spot. So the parking garage is actually just behind Garden Theater. So anyway, we saw Flashdance. I really enjoyed the supporting cast, especially Gloria, Kiki, and Tess, those 3 characters. I thought they were great.
I was excited that it was set in Pittsburgh.
It was set in
That
Pittsburgh.
was my big excitement. There was Actually, I was though disappointed there were very few references to Pittsburgh. Very few references to the things in Pittsburgh. They did have at one point a laser etched of the skyline,
like a projection.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, like a projection of the. You could see.
They said it in the program. Did they say it in the beginning?
It's listed in the program and then the year that it was.
And she works, Alex, the main character, she works at a steel mill, which is kind of
very
Pittsburgh-ish.
For that time, yes.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the set pieces and then the projection that they used and the lighting, because the windows lit up and like danced to the music, which I liked. And it was fun. So we have a giveaway going on.
I wanted to tell my favorite part.
I thought the favorite part was the Pittsburgh. Go on.
I have another favorite part.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I'm not really a fan of musicals, but I like to see how musicals, like how they do things to kind of convey ideas in different ways. So there was a portion where this old woman was, and we could never really figure out whether she was the grandmother or a friend.
She was a friend. And
she was kind of like, I don't know, like a nurse was kind of watching over her. I don't know if it was at her own house or a nursing home. I'm pretty sure it was like private care.
Well, because the nurse said that she left me the apartment after.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes. So it was private care in a home.
And she has a history of dancing in her heart. Mm-hmm. And so they always had, like, she was watching people dance on the TV, but on stage there were real dancers.
Oh yeah, I like
and she would be like criticizing them, like, "Oh, your turnout's not good, and you call that a blah blah blah."
So it's like the audience is seeing on stage
what she's watching on TV.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of liked how they, did that.
Well, your favorite thing that we've done at the Garden Theater is the ballet, which was one of my favorite things too. Which it was not a part of the 2019 or 2018-2019 season, but it was a thing that they produced with the Orlando Ballet, which was really good.
I loved it.
So that explains why that was one of your favorite things.
Yes. So now to the giveaway. Now you can go ahead. I've gotten all my thoughts out.
So we will post just before this episode airs on Saturday night the 13th. We will post on our Instagram the instructions for the giveaway. So when you're listening to this now, head over to our Instagram page at Orlando Out of Context, and you can follow those instructions on that post, and you can enter to win one of 2 sets of 2 tickets in each set for the show July 24th at 7:30 p.m.
So you can have a nice little date night.
That's right. So this will start this giveaway. The entry will start on Saturday the 13th, and it will close on Saturday the 20th, and we'll announce the winners at some point on Saturday the 20th, so you can be all ready for the 24th if you win. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's talk about Heather McMahan's Absolutely Not podcast that she just released. Did you listen to today's episode?
I did not listen to today's. I listened to all the other ones, but not today.
So this is just a little plug because I love Heather McMahan.
So do I.
And Stephanie loves Heather McMahan.
And she's one of our dream podcast guests.
She's a hilarious Instagrammer. She's been in the game longer than that, but she's really become famous off of Instagram. And to me, it
just shows how you can make any platform and
you can make it your bitch.
Yeah,
you can whip it into shape however you want it to be.
And honestly, it's one of my favorite. You know how sometimes you have like a favorite show to watch. My favorite thing is like at the end of the day, just to sit and watch her watch her story.
Because every day she has stories,
and it's so funny.
And she's hilarious. She's just real raw.
And I love even more. I think I love her mom even more.
Robin
amazing. Is like so fucking funny.
And
she needs her
Italian
own
Stallion.
Show. Well, don't you think they would have the cutest reality show, like all 3 of them?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
And absolutely yes.
Absolutely yes. I want to see that show. But she's got on her podcast, she has like a little line, like a little absolutely not line you can call.
I called.
What, you called?
I did.
Oh, what was your absolutely not?
Well, I'm going to keep it to myself.
Hoping that she'll pick it.
If she doesn't use it, then I'll tell you in like a month or so. But it was a good one. I mean, it's one that she talks about all the time, and so hopefully she'll use me.
I have so many absolutely nots that I would freaking just.
You should just call in.
Oh, yeah. I would have like 2 days worth of absolutely nots.
Because people will call and say absolutely not of whatever subject it is, like, and she will, if she doesn't agree with them, she'll just be like, absolutely not to you.
I like it so far.
Yeah, it's her first guest was Jennifer Love Hewitt, and then which I've never been a fan of Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I thought they were good together. She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I think a few other like teen movies. And then today was Adam Rippon, which
who's that?
He's the skater. He was in the Olympics.
That's a random guess.
Well, he's gained a lot of notoriety and just after his Olympics and everything.
Okay.
So anyway, but it's hilarious, so go check it out. It's just, for me, it's fun because I started following her before she even had like 10,000 followers. So to see her grow from 10,000 to like where she's at now, it's kind of cool.
I started listening to a new podcast too. Nicole Byer just started a new podcast with her best friend. And they also have a line where you call in and you ask questions about like friendship questions, like, and then the two of them, you know, kind of give their answer.
I was trying to think, could we have a line and what would our line be about? But I don't know.
I would just love to hear what people would call about.
What Orlando topic do you want to talk?
The hotline.
The Orlando hotline. I don't know. We should do that. We need to do merch. We need to do a hotline. We need to do a Patreon.
I want a sticker.
I know. We got to get stickers. Anyway, so there's a few places that I've been to recently. I went over to the French Cafe. Have you seen this on social media? The French Cafe over in Winter. It's in Winter Garden.
Nope.
I think Crystal posted about it. Anyway, it's like a French cafe, and stopped over there for lunch after I went to the Winter Garden Farmers Market. Their croissants are really good.
Are they straight or crooked?
They, I believe, are straight.
Because Brian says that's
supposedly
how you know a real croissant if it's straight.
Yeah, they should be shaped
not moon shaped.
Yeah, not moon shaped. But we got the chocolate croissants.
Oh, my fave.
And we ate lunch there, but we took the chocolate croissants home, so I didn't even have them like fresh that day, and I heated them up in the oven the next day for breakfast.
Ooh!
And they were really good.
I love a nice heated pastry.
So props to the French Cafe, because even day old, their croissant was good. And then went to Jaleo, which is a new...
Is that how you say it?
Jaleo, because...
Jaleo.
Okay. Yes.
Jaleo.
Not Jaleo. Jaleo. Because the J in Spanish is pronounced an H.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, we went there. It's a tapas restaurant, so it's not like Latin. It's not Latin food. It's European Spanish food.
And this is the newest thing at Disney Springs. And it's it's near House of Blues, across from Splitsville. And
we will be across from the NBA experience when they finish with that. It was in the place where Wolfgang Puck's was, but they tore down Wolfgang Puck's completely and rebuilt his restaurant elsewhere in Disney Springs, and they built a brand new structure for Jaleo. It was very good.
Where did you sit? I saw they have some really nice outdoor seating. I'm sure you didn't sit there.
We sat in the
hot as Hades.
No, we sat in the outdoor seating.
Oh yeah?
Because that night there was a storm, so it wasn't so ridiculously hot, and I will have to say that their outdoor fanage was amazing. They had
good.
Industrial fans. Yeah, did you like my
I love that.
So it was like...
I felt like I was there.
Yeah, well, I walked up to the podium with no reservation, and I said, what's the best table? And they said, well, we have good outdoor seating. And I was like...
It's nice because it's pushed up against the water, and it's quiet back there.
It is. We weren't disrupted by anyone. But there's a path there between the restaurant
but
and the
not
water,
many people walk the path. So
unless there's a line for a House of Blues concert, that's when you would get people back there. But no, it was good. The inside is gorgeous, and it's freaking huge.
I walked in, looked around, I did a visual look about, and then I walked my ass.
It's huge. I thought the prices were reasonable.
Pretty sure this is probably not a place I'd eat anything.
No.
So
no. So we had the endives, goat cheese, oranges, and almonds, like appetizer. It's all tapas stuff. We had the patatas bravas. We had this bean salad thing, which they said was new. It was really good. Ugh, it was so fresh tasting and really good. It was new on the menu, and I couldn't find it on the menu. And then we had these like fish deep fried ball things.
Fish balls.
Balls. They were
What
really
is this
good.
endives?
Endives, it's like it's a salad thing. It's like a lettuce thing. You wouldn't like it.
Like leaves rolled up.
No,
with
not
stuff
rolled
inside?
up. Not rolled up, but it was just like a little leaf thing, which is the endive, and then they put everything else in it, and they serve it like flat. I'm gonna post pictures on Instagram because I got some Instagram worthy pictures. So check out this week our Instagram, and you'll see my pictures from this meal. Very good. Prices, I think, reasonable. I mean, you could go expensive here, but you can also stay affordable.
Can you make reservation on Open Table here?
Good question. I'm not sure.
Because remember, always make those Open Table reservations. Get those points.
That's true. I forget about that. You need to always check the Open Table. Then the other thing I want to talk about is for 4th of July, we stayed the night at Swan and Dolphin. And I just want to talk about, first of all, I have always said, maybe not on this podcast, but I've said how ugly the Swan and Dolphin is. For as long as I've lived here, I think it's so ugly. Because when you're standing at the boardwalk or Yacht and Beach Club and you look over.
It's an eyesore.
It's an eyesore. If it was anywhere else, like say it was on the coast somewhere in like a tropical island, you'd be like, oh, this is nice. It
doesn't fit with the scenery.
But it doesn't really fit with the Epcot. Yeah, it doesn't fit with the Epcot. But the price is there.
I heard a little like rumor that was like Michael Jackson's favorite hotel, and he had like a whole floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's a rumor I heard.
I'm sure we can research that. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is a pro tip, and I booked this not based on because I was like, oh, the Swan and Dolphin is so great, but the price was great. Because you're staying at basically, it's a Marriott hotel because it's one side is a Westin and one side is a Sheraton, technically, even when they go by Swan and Dolphin. So you can get Marriott points here. You could use your Marriott points here. You can have access to extra magic hours, and you can be in walking distance to Epcot and the studios and not be at a value or a moderate resort, but you're paying value or moderate pricing here because
really that cheap?
My rate was like $200.
Oh, it's not bad.
So that's why I'm saying this is a pro tip. If you're looking to come and you don't want to stay at a value or moderate resort and you want to have those amenities of a higher end resort,
and they have sit down restaurants there. They have, I believe, a spa.
They have a Mandara spa, and they have deals at the spa as well sometimes. So check those out. But this is my pro tip is I think I want to use this for Star Wars. So when Star Wars opens, it's going to be a crazy mess there.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to use it for getting in.
Entrance.
Yeah, getting in for the extra magic hours because I can use it at the Swan and Dolphin. So,
and I think people won't think
right
to go there.
Exactly. So that's my pro tip. Pro tip.
But don't make that res until we do.
All right. So then there's Ale and Compass, which is where we had dinner at where we had dinner for 4th of July. Ale and Compass replaces Captain Jack's, which was at Yacht and Beach Club. So it's just a walking distance from Swan and Dolphin. Ale and Compass, have you been in there?
Mm-mm.
You have to walk into their bar there.
Where's it at?
You know in the yacht club?
Yeah.
Where they had that restaurant kind of just off the lobby? Not Yachtsman, but there was that restaurant just off the lobby and a bar off the lobby as well.
Okay.
It was called Captain Jack's or something.
Yeah.
What this replaces it, and this bar is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Go check it out. They now have like the kitchen faces out. Part of the kitchen faces out towards the restaurant. We had the Parker House rolls and spreads. One of the spreads was like an orange butter spread, a bacon like sweet spread, and then a cheese spread. All three spreads I really liked. And then I had the New England seafood pot pie, which was good. I thought the food was good. It wasn't like amazing, but it was really good and worth it. The atmosphere though is great. I mean, they did a really nice job on the atmosphere. So I just wanted to say, hey, go and check that out if you're in the area you need, especially the bar.
That's just a really nice area. Like if you're staying at any of those resorts, it's a beautiful walk around the lake.
Yep.
You know, you can walk to the bridge there and see the fireworks.
Yep.
You can take a free boat ride. Just take a little ride around.
Yeah.
Did you see any activity with the Skyway?
No, I didn't see any movement.
Okay. Because last time I was there, they were like moving things.
I did notice that they were
kind of testing.
They had some of the buckets further along than I'd ever seen them have them down the line. Like they had them between Caribbean and Boardwalk. Like they had buckets like going across the road there.
I can't wait to get on that.
I wonder how they're gonna monitor. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, Disney is building a new transportation system that is basically like it's called a Skyliner, but basically they're buckets on a wire going back and forth.
You know, like a ski lift.
Yeah,
ish
in a
sort
bucket
of thing, but a contained compartment.
Yeah,
not open air.
So they're building that, and I'm guessing they're gonna have it open before the holidays. I don't know.
I would hope so.
You would think. How far along they are?
They've been working fast on it, so
yeah. Anyway, I haven't seen or heard of anyone being like on them physically.
But they move really freaking fast.
Yeah. Like
I was like, damn, that moves.
And our concern was that we've heard rumors there's no AC.
There has to be. I'll never get on it if there isn't. Never. All right, so I was lucky enough to have the day off. Well, the whole weekend off. Actually, I had Friday and Saturday. So we took a day trip to Tampa and St. Petersburg area to visit some places that we have been oogling on Instagram. So the first stop we made was in Tampa, which is the Oxford Exchange. Now, you've been here before.
I've been there once before, yeah.
And it is just beautiful. And I don't even know how to describe it. It's a great idea all around, top to bottom. They have, like when you first walk in, they have a bookstore and a Warby Parker counter where you can like try on glasses and stuff like that. And then you walk down like a little hallway that's very beautiful. And they have it leads you into like an open air place where there's couches and places to lounge, and there's a coffee bar and a loose leaf tea bar.
Yes, and I got a matcha tea there.
Matcha tea.
It was so good. It was something about, what was it? What's the purple flower?
There's a lot.
Lavender. It was a lavender honey matcha.
Oh, I should have tried that.
I offered it.
I know, but you didn't tell me there was lavender and honey in it.
I don't know if you were going to like the green taste. Like matcha to me tastes green.
Yeah.
It's like it's green and it tastes like green, but I love matcha.
They have a restaurant and it's just called the restaurant.
The shop is called The Shop.
So apparently you need to make a reservation for this place because we were trying to find some parking, and this woman was nice enough to give us directions to their free lot. And she was like, "Oh, were you going to eat?" And we were like, "No, what happened?" She said, "You're not going to eat.
Do you have reservations or something?"
And I said, "No." And she was like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is quite a busy place on the weekend as far as getting a seat here to eat. But we just wanted to go take some pics, check out the place. It's just beautiful. Like the flooring is beautiful. Like all the furniture is beautiful. They have a second story where you can go up, and they have a shared workspace. If you want to reserve one of these rooms, you can go in there. It's some place where you can just sit and with your computer, do work, meet clients, meet friends, have a nice date. I mean, it's just an all-around awesome space.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify it necessarily as a food hall. I wouldn't say a food hall. It's a mixed-use space.
It's like a gathering place.
Yeah, and I would say this is what I think, in addition to food halls and places like this is what is taking place of our shopping malls, because the shopping malls are becoming a thing of the past. You know, for us here in Orlando, it's a different story because we have so many tourists coming here to shop. But I think in the rest of the U.S., in places that are less touristy, you know, this is the type of place that's going to replace what we call the mall.
The gathering place.
Yeah, and this is going to be gathering horn. So,
and the bathroom was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I mean, there was like a little sliver of like window right above the sinks.
Mm-hmm.
So like natural light was coming in. There was like behind the sink there was a big table with an orchid on it. And behind that was all the bathrooms, like single stall.
I think yours is different than my bathroom.
So you could like close the door, and once you're in there,
Yes.
you can't hear anybody, you can't see anyone's feet. You have your own little room to do what you want.
Yes.
Have some peace. They had a bathroom attendant in there.
See, the women's bathroom was much different than the men's.
Tell me about your bathroom.
Our bathroom had the individual, like, you can close the door and have your own space, but it wasn't quite as grand as you're making the women's sound.
There was no trough or urinal?
No, just individual rooms.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
But
you didn't have a table with a...
No. With an orchid? No.
With an orchid?
No.
Wow, sorry.
But it's a beautiful place. It's just gorgeous. And the pictures that you see on their Instagram do it justice.
Yeah,
like
they
what
do
you
it justice.
think it's going to be, it is.
And it looks like that you can rent it out for like events. Like I see a lot of bridal party pictures on there. This would be an amazing
Can you imagine
place.
having like a full-on wedding there?
Oh God, it would be beautiful.
It would be perfect.
It would be.
And you
so
wouldn't have to
decadent.
decorate.
No, you wouldn't have to decorate at all.
Yeah.
I love the outdoor space that they have for the restaurant. So the restaurant has 2 seating areas. It has an indoor.
But it's covered in glass.
I mean, it's not
So it's
technically
not-
outdoor,
yeah,
but
but
it's
it
more.
looks-
It gives you like a, I want to say terrarium, but I don't think that's the word.
like a conservatory
like
feel.
a conservatory where you get all the direct sunlight, but you are inside.
Right.
And then the middle, there's like a little fountain.
It's
so you're
beautiful.
hearing some noise, and there's plants that grow up the wall. It's beautiful.
And the tea was very like, it was crafted well, like the drink. It was just, the whole presentation is beautiful.
And then there's like a grand staircase.
Mm-hmm.
I could see this as a beautiful place to take wedding photos, then have like a happy hour at the bar with your own drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
It's
it.
gorgeous. Go take a look. We went there to Tampa for the sole purpose of seeing Oxford Exchange. And it's worth the trip to head over there and grab some lunch or just lounge around for a few hours and soak it all in, because it's really good. It's a great place.
It's kind of hidden too. Like as we were walking the streets to get there, I was like, you were telling me like it's right there, because it's just kind of a drab building on the outside. It's nothing like
it doesn't look
grandiose.
It doesn't look so big from the outside, but once you get in, it takes up. It's like the length of the city block, though, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, because it goes the
you
other.
You can enter from the other side
correct.
too. If you
and the other side is the university.
And that's where the gift shop is.
Yeah.
And they have very freaking fancy gifts in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you better like the person you're shopping for in there.
$100 candles, like little fancy baby shits. Rifle and Paper Co. Is that what it's called?
Rifle. Yeah.
They have the stationery and the gifts and things like that. A lot of coffee table books.
All the things.
All the fancy things.
So then from Tampa, we drove over to St. Pete, and we went to go check out No Vacancy,
which is a cute little bar that we've been seeing.
How did you find them on Instagram?
I have no idea, but I've been just oogling their Instagram for weeks now.
Yeah.
They are new, and their website describes them as a sinner's paradise, a Florida-inspired food and classic cocktails in the Edge District of downtown St. Pete.
Oh, the Edge District. And somebody spiked Steph's drink.
This girl right here was so fucking drunk. I had literally one drink. So they have like really cute drinks here. Like that's probably maybe what sparked my interest on Instagram. Like they have single drinks, then they have double drinks, and then they have drinks that are for 4 to 6.
Right.
They come in like huge conch shells and like big bowls.
They had a cute flamingo.
Yeah,
one
that
that came in
flamingo.
like a flamingo thing. Yeah.
So me and Dev got an individual drink.
Right.
What I got was called a painkiller. And I told her, like, I don't normally drink. I, like, never drink, actually. But this is why I don't drink, because I don't like to drink calories. Like, sometimes I drink the stuff that I like to taste, it's good, but it never gives me a buzz, you know? Mm-hmm. So why am I going to drink all that sugar for not even a buzz? But we were there. We were having a good time. I said, let me try it. It was a pre-mixed.
Was it pre-mixed?
It was in one of those machines,
really?
like a Slurpee machine.
Oh.
And it was kind of like mango. I told her I wanted something pina colada-ish. And it tasted so good. But damn, that drink hit me so hard. Like, as I'm writing these show notes, I didn't even know what everyone else at the table ate because I was so drunk. All I could remember was what I ate. So I had to leave it blank for Brian to fill in. And I was so drunk. And we had to just sit there, and I had to down a couple waters because I was the one driving.
Right. I think there was locals there, and I think obviously it probably attracts more locals, but you need to be close to home.
Yes.
Or you need to get a hotel.
What did you get? You got one of the fish bowls.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what I got. I know I got one of the drinks for two, but I don't think I got what I thought I got because I was expecting the bottle of champagne.
You were looking at
I looked at
something
next door neighbors and I didn't get what the next door neighbors had, and I thought I ordered what they had. Anyway, it was good and I felt the drink too. They're not going light on their alcohol. Let's just say that.
Let's just say that.
So.
And the presentation was really cute. Like my drink came in a very small glass.
You had a little flamingo
stick in there. But it had a flamingo mixer.
I'm surprised you remember.
I do. I put it in Shalom's backpack, so
it's here.
You have it.
Yeah, it's here.
And then it also had a little flower, like a little
a flower. Orchid?
Yes, a little orchid.
They're really quick. Cute.
Good.
So, okay, for food.
The food was I don't know if it was because I was drunk.
Just going to say that.
But it was really fucking good.
I don't know if it's because we really didn't eat before, like all day before.
This was my first meal of the day, which is another reason I might have been super drunk.
I think that's why. Because you started drinking before you put any food into your body. That's why. And
it was like at this point, I don't know, like 1 o'clock maybe.
But everything we had was really good.
Oh, God.
So you ordered the
Faya cracker shrimp. Which is a classic for a lot of restaurants now. I think it's a play on like Bonefish's
Bang Bang.
Bang Bang shrimp. But the texture of the shrimp, it was like crispy, and
really
the
sauce.
The sauce was not too mayonnaise-y.
Yeah.
It didn't make me want to
what else did you get?
Throw up. I got a grilled cheese sandwich.
And it was
all right.
It was good. Good enough.
It was good enough. But I think I was impressed with the shrimp mostly.
Yeah, it was really good. And then Dev, she got crab cakes. And
these were crab cakes. I never seen them like this before. They had they had corn salsa and sweet chili aioli on the top. And she said she really liked that.
It was good. I tasted
But I never saw crab cakes like that.
Well, it's just the way it was served.
Yeah.
It was just a presentation, but it was really good. They weren't too, sometimes, and I've made crab cakes too salty before. Sometimes they get too salty. These were not. They were right on point. Dev also had tacos, shrimp tacos. And I had a bite of the shrimp tacos, really good. And then I had a lobster melt. And so this lobster melt had pieces of lobster and macaroni and cheese in the melt. And it was delicious.
Yeah.
Very delicious. Yeah. It was very good.
I thought you got, by the looks of it, a mac and cheese sandwich. And I was like...
Well, I mean, that's basically what it is.
That just didn't seem like something you would ever get because it's like too much carbs.
I think I saw it on their Instagram. And I was like, this looks really good, and I'm really kind of hungry, and let's just go for it. So I went for it, and I thought their fries were good, and everything was really good.
What did Shalom get?
He got the shrimp tacos as well.
Oh, okay.
Either shrimp or fish, but I think they were shrimp tacos.
But I would definitely go back here. I would love to go back here. I would love to go have like a little staycation.
You should have a room before.
Yeah. Let's get a little room when it's cooler, obviously, because they have a beautiful outdoor space that I had no intention of utilizing because it was so freaking hot.
It was very hot.
But they have like a bar out there, and it's made out of an old shipping container. Mm-hmm. And they have like little games set up, like huge Jenga, Connect 4. But they did have fans blowing there. You never have like an outdoor AC where it's like a fan that's connected to
like
a
little bit cool.
water source.
Yeah, they it was definitely
that was
cool.
kind of nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I thought it was okay in the shade, but if you were in the sun, forget about it.
No.
Yeah. This place is, in my opinion, it gets an A plus.
A+ for me.
Yeah. Oxford Exchange too. I mean, these two places, I mean, you could do a day trip out of this and see two really great places for sure. And it was, I don't know, we left at 10? We were home by 4:30 or 5. So.
And then after this, we drove over to like a little park on the, I don't know, the bay or the ocean or wherever we were.
It wasn't
I was
ocean.
still drunk at that point, so.
It was bay.
And then I slept in the car for a little bit while you guys walked. I said, give me a water. Set me up with a bottle. Let me sit here and get my bearings.
I really think it was because you didn't eat any food.
It was bad.
I think that's why. Because there was
And people always wonder why I don't drink. This is why Stephanie doesn't drink. Because I can't handle it.
That's true, you can't. But I think it was so bad because you had no food in your stomach. And it just went right into your bloodstream.
Oh, let's talk about the scooters. Brian tried the Lime scooters for the first time. After we left Oxford Exchange, we saw one sitting on the sidewalk, and we said, let's give it a go.
Yeah, that was fun.
I wish we could have them here in Orlando.
I think we'll get them. You know what would be really great if they were along this.
Yes.
If they were along iDrive.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome because the sidewalks around here are big enough to support them.
Yeah,
we need them here.
We do,
for sure.
I think they're a little bit expensive, though.
They are. Like, we used it.
To tell you the truth, I think
we used it for 10 minutes and it charged you what?
We didn't even use it for 10 minutes.
$2?
I bet we used it for like 5 minutes. And it was almost $3.
Yeah, that seems a little... Like, what if you have a 10-minute commute to work on that, and that's going to replace your transportation?
You might as well get in an Uber, quite frankly.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if they have a...
But it's fun.
It is fun.
I would like to have one of my own just to toy around with.
Yeah. Did we watch that thing together where that... those people on down in Los Angeles near the beach, he goes around and he collects the scooters and recharges them.
So on Instagram, or not on Instagram, on Netflix there's a series. I can't.
It's
remember.
BuzzFeed.
A BuzzFeed. So you click on it. A BuzzFeed. You click on the BuzzFeed documentaries. I think it's called Follow This.
Yeah.
And then there's individual little 20 to 30 minute episodes on different buzz topics. Mm-hmm. And one of them is these scooters. There's some people that are way against these scooters coming into the communities because they think that they're really, really dangerous. And
then some people make money from taking the scooters, picking the scooters up, and recharging them.
Yeah.
So if they bring the scooters here, maybe I can just quit my day job and recharge scooters.
Like that beach bum. He was fighting people for the scooters.
Yeah.
And he was he had a little system where he was stacking them and then riding one and
stacking
carrying
the rest on, just go watch
6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, just go watch it.
There's a lot of good other topics in that series too.
Yeah, I need to finish that series. It's a good little series. It's a BuzzFeed.
A BuzzFeed. Why are we obsessed with the Italian talk?
You started it. A pizza ponte.
A pizza ponte.
So tell us about your experience at the Royal Palm Express.
So this is I love trains, okay? And my friend Gil, we made plans to hang out because I was off on Sunday, the day after we went to St. Pete. And he thought that I was going to forget his birthday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And he thought he was just going to go about our day and pretend like it wasn't his birthday.
But you have it written down in your notebook.
Well, his birthday is 7/7, so I always remember it.
Yeah.
And I'm just a birthday person. I just fucking love birthdays. I love to go all out for birthdays.
So he thought y'all were just going to hang out.
Yeah, he thought we were just going to hang out. And we made plans to go to Mia's, so we went to Mia's for lunch, and it was nice. We actually were there during their brunch hour, but we didn't partake in the brunch. We just had pizza and I ordered the ricotta donuts just to try something sweet. And then after that, we drove over to, so the train boards at Tavares or Eustis. You can choose. So I'm going to tell you, if you are interested in this, you have to go to their website because there is a very detailed schedule as far as the times and the different experiences they have. So it's called the Royal Palm Express, and it's just a short 30-mile drive northwest from Orlando. And they have several different things that you can do. They have rails and ales, a wine train.
So these are different experiences that happen at different times.
So you have to buy a ticket for the one that you want and board it. There's specific boarding locations for each one. During the holidays, they have Polar Express. They have a pizza train, a barbecue train, a murder mystery. We did what was called the Twin Lakes Limited, which is a journey connecting Lake Eustis and Lake Dora. And you get to go over the Dora Canal. And we had a freaking awesome experience. These people were amazing. All the people that worked on the train were so friendly. There weren't that many people on our train, so we got the whole car to ourselves. And these are like 1950s, like vintagey passenger cars. And she said that they were originally made for Amtrak. So they're fully air conditioned.
Wow.
Ugh. And it would be like being on the most luxurious plane seat. Like the freaking leg room was like, you could stretch way out. There was even a little thing that you could pop up underneath
to rest your legs,
and you could push the seat back and lay back. And there was a tray table. So me being the asshole I was, I bought those blowers that you like blow out and they make noise. And I was carrying it around all day and blowing it everywhere. And I told the people on the train that it was Gil's birthday. So they brought us these beads.
Poor Gil.
They started by letting us have the whole train car to ourselves. Because there were like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 cars on the train. So there was like one car that was like a lounge car. So it had like seats in semicircles and little like tables.
Okay.
And then there was a car that had like tables and chairs, so I assume that would be for like maybe the pizza party,
right,
where you would eat. And then the next car was the car we were in, which was the passenger car with, you know, like the regular airplane seats.
Right.
So they let us have the whole car to ourselves. They put everyone up on the front, and then she gave us these beads. She's like, "Here, take these party beads." And then she was like, "Can I offer you a complimentary beverage for your birthday?" And so we were like, "Well, what do you have?" And she was saying like the beer and wine.
Oh, wow.
So Gil said he wanted wine. So maybe like 5 minutes later, everyone that worked on the train came down the aisle of the car singing happy birthday, the full happy birthday in their most beautiful voices. Not like, you know, sometimes when you go to restaurants, they do like a quick,
not a
like,
stupid birthday song,
chintzy little stupid one.
Yeah. We
We got the full vocal choir happy birthday, like happy birthday, like the whole thing. And she's the first woman is carrying 2 goblets, like beautiful glass
big
goblets of wine.
Did you get drunk again?
No, I didn't. And she gives us the wine and these really beautiful, like real glasses, not just like a stinky little glass. And they said happy birthday. And then as we started to move, she stood there and basically went through a lot of historical information.
Cool.
Told us all about the train, told us about the history about Lake Dora. And
so they have food for you to buy?
Then later on they came back and she offered us free snacks. Oh. She had a little basket full of popcorn and chips and all kinds of stuff. She said, "Would you like a free birthday snack?"
But if it wasn't his birthday, do they regularly like sell this stuff?
I'm guessing so. I don't know, because we were only the ones in the car. The people up front, I don't know what was going on with the
the riffraff
up front, but
well, that's cool. So how long was the trip?
It was an hour and 20-minute trip.
Round trip?
Yes, the whole time. So what it does is it kind of like, she also gave us some information about the tracks as a whole. Like there used to be a train called the Orange Ball Cannon, I believe it's called, the orange cannonball. And it used to run on the same railway, and it used to go into Mount Dora. But I think she was saying something like the railways are not safe anymore. They need to be rebuilt, and the funding isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're running on some sort of rails that are like also used for other things. So it basically, we boarded at Tavares, and the train goes like one way so far, and then it turns around and goes the other way back to where you board, and then it goes a little past where you board the other way, and then it comes back.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's nice. You know, you can see, you know, the waterways,
So you went from Tavares to Eustis, and at Eustis, did you get more passengers?
Yes, they picked up some people, and you can get off there and go explore and then take the next one.
Okay.
But the train that we chose, we couldn't do that because the next train wasn't coming for like 3 or 4 hours.
Like
the timing didn't quite work out. And she also told us that because it was Sunday, everything in the town is closed, so it's not worth getting off anyhow.
So is there anything to see? Like, I've never been to either of these two places, Tavers or Eustis. So is there anything in either of those towns besides the train experience?
There was some cute little restaurants, some little shops. It's right along the waterway. Just some little stuff.
Well, I would be interested.
We then drove the car to Mount Dora, which is not very far. And that's where we actually walked around, looked at some stuff.
Is there restrooms on the train?
There is restrooms on the train, actually.
That's nice.
And the conductor, she told us, you know, make sure you go check out the restrooms because they're very she really wanted us to get in those restrooms because she was saying how they were very what's the word I want to use, like
authentic?
Time authentic. So when you go into the restroom, it was kind of a lounge as well. She was saying, like, you know, back in the day, people, when they traveled, which is one of Heather McMahon's absolutely not, is you traveled in style. You traveled,
absolutely,
you know, in a
no
jacket,
flip-flops.
no flip-flops, no sweatpants. You know, women wore dresses, stockings, makeup. Yes. They put makeup on. A man would wear a suit jacket and everything like that. So the bathroom had like a little couch, and then it had like a little vanity where you could plug things in to shave, freshen yourself up. And then they had 2 single stall bathrooms. But these bathrooms, this is another time period thing. The people were not obese back in the day. And there's no way I could have used that bathroom. I couldn't even fit in there.
Oh.
Like when I went in, I couldn't get the door shut.
Oh.
So granted, I am obese as well, but back in the day, you know, everyone was a lot skinnier than we are now. But the bathrooms were very, very small, but they were, you could use them.
Okay.
The water ran and everything.
Wow.
So it was interesting.
That's nice because the Colorado one the train experience we went on Colorado when I was there a few weekends ago, it wasn't as long as that one, so you didn't need a bathroom. But if you're going to be on the train for like an hour and a half, somebody might need to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
It was nice. I would definitely go back again.
So every car had AC?
Every car. It was beautiful. It was really nice. I would love to go again. I don't know what other ones I would want to do. I really
this Polar Express one might sound good, but you know,
it's too many kids. I wouldn't want to do that one either. I don't know about the barbecue or the rails nail. I'm not really interested in any of the other ones. Maybe
what about
the murder mystery. That could be fun. But I think that we should do this.
Murder mystery.
I think it could be fun. But the people there, they were very into it. They loved it. They had a lot of pride for their job.
And they have an Instagram?
Yes, at Royal Palm Railway Experience.
Cool. That's awesome.
So we had a great day. He loved it. We had a great day, and I made sure everyone knew it was his birthday.
I can tell you did.
And he was not that happy to celebrate, but I'll post the photo to our Instagram.
Well, I'm glad he was a good sport.
He really had no choice. But it was a good day. We had a lot of fun.
Good. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Make sure to visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com. Make sure you visit our Instagram. We have one. Right?
We do?
We do. Go follow us.
So the Instagram is nice because then you can like kind of, I know this is only an audio medium that we are on, but we want to connect with you more. So, you know, when we verbalize things like delicious food or
we're trying to engage more too. So
forced birthday celebrations. We want you to see these photos.
Yeah.
We want to get to know you more. We want you to see our faces.
We're asking questions on posts sometimes, so leave us comments.
We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure you go and check out our Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. Listen and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. And until next time,
bye. Take a swig.